What if I told you that when you die, you don't just vanish into nothingness? Have you ever thought about what really happens in those first few moments after you pass away? Imagine a place where everything you've experienced is laid out in front of you, all your joys, fears, and regrets all at once. Would you be ready to face that mirror? Let's dive into what comes next. When a soul leaves the body, its first destination is what's known as the divine field. This is no ordinary place. It's where the soul encounters all the actions, emotions, and experiences of its recently ended life. Imagine standing before a mirror that reflects every joy, every regret, every moment of courage or fear, all in an instant. As the soul passes through this portal, the entirety of that life is reviewed, and from there it returns to its true home. Think about a moment in your life, maybe a time you made a tough decision or helped someone in need. Imagine reliving that experience, but now feeling its true impact, both on you and on others. What do you think you'd see if your entire life was displayed before you? Our home as souls is the fifth dimension. In this realm, the soul isn't alone. It is greeted by its soul group, a comforting community of other souls with which it shares a deep bond. They're there to welcome it back, to provide comfort, and to help it heal from the emotional wounds of its earthly experiences. If the soul hasn't managed to overcome its vulnerable aspects during the life that just ended, a sense of sadness might linger. But the soul group, along with its guardian angel, offers solace, encouraging the soul by reminding it that it will get another chance, another life, to work on those lessons. Have you ever felt a strange calmness or an unexpected presence during a quiet moment at home? What if that feeling was actually your loved one visiting, hoping to feel the warmth of their earthly life just one more time? Let's explore how these visits are more real than we might think. For 40 days, the soul undergoes a process of evaluation. This period is critical because it's during these 40 days that the program of the soul's life is read and understood. The soul reviews its life, its challenges, successes, and the areas where it may have faltered. This evaluation is not a punishment, but a process of learning. It's as if the soul sits with its guardian angel and goes through a detailed review, analyzing every significant moment. The angel points out where the soul succeeded, where it stumbled, and how it might do better next time. If the soul has managed to heal a vulnerable aspect or learn an important lesson during its lifetime, there is joy, not just for the soul, but for the entire group that surrounds it. Imagine the jubilation among friends and guides when a soul succeeds in its spiritual mission. There's a sense of shared triumph as every progress a soul makes brings it closer to obtaining a higher dimensional body, an incorruptible body that is meant for realms far beyond our comprehension, what some call heaven. This concept aligns with the teachings of St. Paul, who spoke about putting on the incorruptible in place of the corruptible. The body we currently inhabit is temporary, bound to decay. But through spiritual growth and the evolution of the soul, we earn the light body, one composed not of carbon but of something far purer, capable of existing in higher dimensions, often referred to as the luminous body. The importance of those 40 days is also reflected in many traditions across the world. In various religions, the 40th day after death holds a special place, a day when family and friends come together to remember the departed soul. What many don't realize is that this isn't just a symbolic tradition. The 40th day marks the conclusion of the soul's program evaluation. It's a key moment when the soul's journey of introspection ends and it begins preparing for what comes next, perhaps rest, perhaps another reincarnation. After the evaluation process, the soul's entire life is filed away in its personal library, a place that stores all of its experiences from previous reincarnations. The guardian angel then accompanies the soul, going through every part of the recently ended life, examining it moment by moment, pointing out where lessons were learned or where improvements could have been made. After this analysis, the soul is allowed to rest before moving on to further learning and refinement. Eventually, the soul will decide when it wants to reincarnate again. This decision isn't taken lightly. It involves careful planning. The guardian angel assists the soul in communicating with those specialized souls residing in the sixth dimension. sometimes referred to as the sons of God, whose role is to help design the soul's future destiny. Every reincarnation is a carefully crafted opportunity for growth, with specific challenges that the soul has chosen to face. When we, as family and friends, commemorate the departed soul, it is said to be particularly beneficial to do so before the 40th day. The reason is that the soul during those days likes to revisit its earthly home, to see the surroundings, to feel the presence of those it loved. The soul wants to know how much it has missed and how deeply it was loved. Visiting the grave is important too, for it allows the soul to reconnect with the physical body it inhabited. Although we may not see the soul, bound as we are by the dense matter of this dimension, the soul is there with us. Don't doubt that. It is considered auspicious to honor the departed soul on Wednesdays and Saturdays when the portals are open, making it easier for the soul to descend to this plane. These moments are precious to the soul. They provide an opportunity to sit at the family table once more, to be part of the family again, even if only momentarily. After the commemoration on the 40th day, the soul completes its review and prepares for the next phase, which often involves a new incarnation, continuing its journey until both masculine and feminine spiritual principles are perfected and until it gathers the necessary 6 billion vibrations to ascend to a higher state of being. Remember, death isn't the end. It is merely a transition, a transformation from one state of existence to another. We've been told otherwise, often misled by those who don't understand or choose to deny the continuity of the soul. But the truth is that the journey continues, and with every lifetime, every experience, the soul evolves closer to perfection, closer to its true home in the higher dimensions. So the next time you think about what happens after death, remember, it's not a full stop, but rather a comma in the grand story of your soul. A journey through dimensions, evaluations, reunions, and constant growth. Death is not something to fear. It is an opportunity to learn, to evolve, and eventually to transcend. And remember what Jesus said, "Do not fear, for I am with you."